Underlying energy is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, we definitely waiting today. We waiting on something, but you guys are also looking at how much work you've been putting into something as well. How much work you've been putting in, and if you're getting, the results of your labor back. Like if you're starting to see the things that you've been really wanting to, grow. Has it been growing? Is it is there another waiting period for this whole situation? Are you guys having to really be patient? And is this situation something that you can be patient on? Because underneath you have the Nine of Pentacles. I do believe this is something that you guys have put in a lot of time into. You guys definitely built a security around this place and around this situation. Of course, I think it helped develop you in a personal level, not just in a sense of, making sure, you're stable, you can take care of yourself, builds up independence per se. It also helped you emotionally, and it also helped you grow personally and spiritually. So even though you put in a lot of work, I think you guys are looking at now the material of the situation rather than, and not because you guys are like wanting more to come out of it. I think you guys are starting to really become more bored with what you're doing. I think something's like happening in your lives where you're reevaluating what's truly enjoyable to you and what isn't, what's work and what is something that you're truly passionate about. And I feel like for some of you guys are reevaluating your whole scope of life, like figuring out what is fun for you guys, what's really enjoyable. Because here, if you look at this entire reading, as far as your soulmate goes, right? They have an interesting role in it too. It's like they're almost going through the same sort of process. So let's take a look, see what your romance angels has to say about, regarding the theme of this reading, as well as some additional advice. Calling in your soulmate, just like last week. Really? Okay. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Now, what did I just say? What are y'all waiting on? You guys are just waiting on something. And right here, it looks like you're expecting your person to come in. But you're calling him in or calling her in. But the thing is like, you're not quite ready for it yet. I think it's almost like you guys are trying to come up with your own space that fits just right with you before this person comes in. You want to be solid and stable and, fully in your element before the other person comes in. Okay. Now, starting out, right, we got the two top cards here that indicate the mind plane. This allows us to look at what both parties are thinking going into this relationship. Right? And the card that we're going to be starting off here with especially is the King of Swords, which is what you see here. This is the card that brought you two together. The King of Swords. So you definitely brought this, Aquarius, you brought this connection together, okay? Now, if it's intentional, totally, you guys knew what you were doing. If it's not intentional, it's perhaps more of either the energy that attracted people. It could have been that with the King of Swords as well, both parties were very secure and very aware of who they were, right, or who they are. Both parties know who they are to the T. Both very good at communicating. Both very good at deciphering between what's real and what isn't. Okay, the King of Swords is really good at slaying away the falsehoods of a situation. So the thing that's keeping you guys, the thing that's challenging you guys, challenging you both, is the Eight of Pentacles. So work is what's, is challenging you guys. What to work on, what needs to be, or what your focuses are, because this is about focusing. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles talks about focusing on things, working very diligently, working very hard on something. So the challenge is working hard on something, or committing, to the point where you don't focus outside, you focus on the inside. Because the underlying energy is the card before it, which is the Seven of Pentacles, which talks about reevaluation. You ain't really evaluating here. You're just putting in the work. So The challenge is putting in the work. But I don't really know exactly what work is going to be needed here until we get through this reading. So let's get to the very top. Aquarius, this is this is the side here that I usually read by default for you guys. The other person starts here, right? Is here. Feel free to move over to this side if this side here does not resonate. Okay, I will be using you or they for this, for those of you that do not resonate with the side. But you or the other person, this has the mentality of the Tower. They know that there's some changes that are going to be, they're going to need to take place here. I think this person sees that, this is a total change, a course of action, change in situation. Things, or they're recognizing their foundation is not stable. Now, at the same time, this could be you guys, right? You guys may be, taking apart some things in your foundation, take apart some things in your realm, in your home, and just rearranging the whole place, right? Trying to start, rearranging the whole house. And I would say rearrange because of the Hermit, rather. The Hermit in the body portion, this is what represents, this is how people see you and you see them, right? You're on your own, taking some time out. You're kind of secluded from from everyone at this moment because this situation is in process of being revamped, right? This whole situation is getting destroyed, and this is about starting over from the very beginning. Okay, this is breaking everything down, just starting fresh. And I feel like this is this person doing it themselves, because this is, because externally, how everyone sees them is that they're taking time out for themselves. They're destroying their own foundation. Now, the other person is saying goodbye to the foundation, though. Is saying goodbye to a circumstance or a cycle. Because the Ten of Cups does talk about ending of cycles. But this doesn't necessarily have to be like a sad ending. This could be a really good ending. Leaving things off in a good place, right? Completing a cycle where you can feel happy and you have people surrounding you that can be happy with you, right? This is closing up of an emotional cycle. And I feel like they are, they're kind of closing this up, or they've gotten to a place where they can, they can work together with people to get to where they want to be. They're working together with the people that they've found peace with, where they found harmony with. So this person has gained harmony in their life, and they're now looking towards, making plans and figuring out what needs to be done, taking action. They're not taking the action quite yet, because they're going through the evaluation process, right? But they're making plans for manifestation. They're making plans for it, which is why obviously the challenge here is not working. This person's revamping themselves. This person is taking strides towards the future, right? But both actions are both taking strides for the future. Now, let's take a look-see as to why all this is happening, right? Why all this is coming up. Well, for this individual here with the Hermit, they have the Page of Wands, right? This, for you guys, this is because you guys are looking to start something new that's a little bit, that's more fun. Something that you can truly enjoy, right? Because I think you guys want a new adventure. You guys are bored with how things used to be. You're kind of done with how things didn't really work out. I think you guys are ready to start creating a new path for yourself, creating something new. This could be the other person, depending if you guys resonate with this side or not. But this is a spark of passion and creativity. I think you came to realize something that you are passionate about that did require you to look within yourself to get that answer, right? To get that answer of, I need something new. I need to start going towards what I enjoy. I need to really focus on what I love and continue to grow that and nurture that and have more fun. It's capturing the new, the youthful side of yourself. And the reason why this individual here is planning for the future and sees this relationship as the Ten of Cups, the closing of a cycle, I feel like, they see this as a potential for, this is a happy ever after. This is a really good card. I think they see this relationship as something that they honestly want to aspire to, right? Where they want to get towards, not the ending of a situation. Some of you guys may be ending a situation together. Maybe this is unexpected, a breakup, and this person's seeing this as an emotional ending, emotional ending. This could be that this person sees this relationship as the end all be all, because this is emotionally where they want to go. This is what they want to feel. And this person is here changing some things up about where they are, about themselves, so they can have a new beginning. And the reason why this person is doing all this on this side here is because they have gotten to a place where they can trust themselves, where they are trusting their intuition, where they are listening to their instincts, and they're going with what their heart wants, and not completely, and not closing themselves off, not limiting themselves to just what can be done in regards to the societal norms. They're kind of going within themselves, recognizing what can be possible, and not relying on, not relying solely on physical things to kind of take place. They're not letting this whole world dictate whether they can be happy or not. They're truly going on faith there with the High Priestess. Okay. Now, the challenge being the Eight of Pentacles is about focusing on the work. I don't necessarily know if that's necessarily a challenge right now. I think, honestly, I feel like the mundane, hard work is coming for the both of you, but the King of Swords would never do the Eight of Pentacles if he never felt like any of this stuff wasn't truly resonating with him. Obviously, the Eight of Pentacles person wouldn't be doing this if he didn't resonate with him. So, this is something that this relationship has value, or whatever you guys have in your lives right now are of great value, and whatever work needs to be done, whatever work is being done, it's being prepared. I think you're preparing this work. I think that's why you're having a reevaluation period. The work ain't happening right now because you guys are looking at your situation and looking at what you believe can be better regarding how much work you've put in and how far you've come. So some of you guys here are looking at the situation thinking, man, what else do I need to put into this? What else do I need to continue to, to get this ball rolling? And some of you guys are like, I don't know if I can really put any more time and effort into this. I think I may have to just start from scratch and start over. Right? And this is recommitting to yourself. This is more like, being true to who you are and being true to your truth. And I feel like this person is doing the same exact thing, just they have a different way of going about it, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at your messenger oracle. Very interesting reading this time around, Aquarius. Very, very interesting. Alright, and you guys have respect your boundaries. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at respect your boundaries real fast. And respect your boundaries pretty much means that nobody will respect you until you respect yourself. Same with boundaries, same with, with circumstances of any sort, right? Until you show yourself that you honor those boundaries or honor those truths, it can't really truly, no other work can really truly be done, right? No one outside of you will truly see that as something that they need to respect, right? You got to put yourself first. And I feel like both parties are doing that. The King of Swords, he always puts himself first. He always considers himself. So, honestly, I don't even need to read it. This whole thing is about, considering yourself. Don't focus on the other person. Don't focus on this relationship. You're calling them in because you're focusing on you. They're focusing on themselves. This whole thing is going to bring y'all together in a very interesting way. And it starts by focusing on what you need to do for yourself. And you're doing it already. You're handling it out. So is this other individual. You guys are both coming together in a very indirect way. But that's how it works, right? When you don't want something or want a relationship or don't focus on something, you're able to work hard. You're able to go forward. Right? So what brought you two together was knowing what your truth is or knowing who you are. But the challenge right now isn't really about working hard. It's about not focusing so hard on the achievement or focusing so hard on the outcome. It's more about working hard. Right? It's not so much working. It's more of like focusing on what needs to be done for yourself. Revamping the new boundaries, revamping the new home, starting anew, working hard towards that. That's usually the hard part, but it's not really hard. I think it's more tedious, but it's going to start something new for the both of you guys.